Hello and welcome back, I'm Almost Adam, and today we are taking a look at Virtua Racing. As you can see, you might remember this from back in the day. It wasn't a thing in the arcades and then it was on like every console for a little while. This is a re-release on the Switch with shiny new graphics and a bunch of modes there that you can see are this... You know what, I'll get back to this. I'm just going to jump straight in so I'm not just prattling on at a menu screen. So there's 3 courses, each one with a difficulty, so beginner, medium, expert. I'm going to go with the beginner straight away. There's a countdown down the bottom because that used to be in the arcade and that's still there because everyone loves that. I'm glad that's back, so glad that's back. That's there still. There's automatic or manual mode. I don't know why anybody would ever pick manual mode. This game is not known for its realism. Although I suppose back in the day it kind of was. This was like the first 3D game I ever saw. My friend had it on his Mega Drive, and although even back then it was pretty bad. Like there wasn't much of a game there. You knew that even back in the day. It was like a technical marvel, so you could show it off to your friends. And when this came out in the arcades in 1992, it was fucking mind blowing. I used to love this. Every time you walk past any arcades at the seaside, all you would hear was Virtua Racing! And you'd be like, oh, I'll have a go. Back when arcade games were fairly priced and made sense to the world. So yeah, if you've got your nostalgia goggles on, you remember this game from back in there, this is probably you know, this is a good version of it. This is, if you want more of it and you want an up-to-date version of it, then yeah, I'd probably already recommend this, because just to look at, just to play, it's smoother, frame rate's better. Still has some of the foibles of the original, like the camera's jerky as balls, the physics make little to no sense. There's not a lot of tactics. I did realise earlier I've been using brake to get round corners like an absolute noob. Turns out if you just take your finger off the accelerate for a second, that works way better, because you get all the control of braking, but with none of the loss of speed. Never knew that back in the day. Literally just figured that out now. What else? Yes, it's not a conventional racer in that you want to be first. I mean, you do want to be first, but you don't start off all at the same time. You start off at the back of the pack and you just make up as much as you can. It's an arcade racer, so you're constantly trying to get to the next checkpoint to increase your time, so the better you do, the longer you can go for. Little admission is back in the day, when I used to play this game, I never got any better than 3rd place. So if I get better than 3rd place now, I've achieved something that I couldn't or haven't been able to in a very long time. Oh, the other thing worth mentioning right off the bat is I downloaded this thinking it was going to be the Sega Saturn version of the game, the penultimate version of the game. It is not. This is the original arcade release, so it's bare fucking bones. The Saturn release had like different vehicles and a career mode and fucking all sorts. It was great. I used to love the Saturn version. So I was hoping for all of that. It's not. It's 3 tracks and 1 vehicle, which is disappointing. It's disappointing because why this version of all the versions? But if, you know, they're just trying to do the arcade one, you remember the arcade one, then this is that. Or if you just played the Mega Drive one, it's almost exactly the same as that. It just looks way, way better. Something else, fuck off out my face! Something else I remember from back in the day, I haven't managed to do it yet, but if you hit the back of another car, you slow right the fuck down. And I thought that was like a mechanic, you know, to make the game fair. So to like punish you for trying to ram into the back of them. Turns out if they ram into the back of you, they also still lose no speed, and you do your little spin and get slowed right the fuck down. So just stay as far away from the other drivers as possible. Also, if you need to brake, don't be ashamed to brake. Like, just hit that brake, because it's always better to brake than it is like touch the grass or spin out or even breathe on another vehicle in this game. So yeah, don't worry about braking, although like I said, I have now recently discovered that you don't need to brake at all. I can just take my finger off accelerate, and I've not used brake once this race. I'm first for the first time in my entire life, and all is well. All is well. And I'm all being able to do this whilst prattling on like an idiot. It's nice that the most of the popping in the background's gone. That used to be a problem in the old game. Although a lot of my memory is of the Mega Drive game, which you're comparing it to. Did I finish? I actually finished! I'd never finished before. I always ran out of time. This is just a day full of firsts. Oh, and there's a little clip! There's a little clip of him getting to put on the podium. Oh, I'm welling up a little bit. I never saw this. I didn't even know this was a thing. Ah, there's the credits. I finished it. I mean, okay, that was on the easiest track, but still. Look at the little pixelated women. Oh, my God. Has he got a ginger mouth or a ginger moustache where his mouth should be? Yeah, I'll clap. I'll clap. Oh, and he throws his little cap in the air. I am so happy right now. Okay, that might be the thumbnail. That might have to be the thumbnail. So will I actually get ranked now? Will there be a ranking? Will I be ranked? Will I be in like a global leaderboard? Will there be a position? I suppose there should be. Your score was recorded in the rankings. I want to look at the rankings! I think if you press start, you can get to... Yeah, if you press start, you can get to rankings. So rankings, there is no data. Oh, excuse me 1 second. There is a massive fly in here. Fuck off, fly. I'm trying to record and you're very loud. I don't want to kill you, but I will. I don't have anything to kill you with. I don't know where the fly spray is. Oh, I don't know where the bat is either. Oh, you know what I do have, though? I have a blowtorch. Okay, if I kill myself by trying to end this fly with a blowtorch, then just... Hopefully this will be on record. This is how I want to go. Come out here and fight me, fly. Stay still, coward. Okay, I've got a hoover and a blowtorch. One way or another, mate, you're going down. Right, now, where was I? Oh yeah, ranking. While we're here, might as well take a little look at the menu. So yeah, you've got your course records, ranking, which, yeah, so for some reason doesn't seem to be working, manual, game reset, blah, 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 all fairly standard affair. If you press X, you can sort of customize a little bit, so fuck me. So you can have a normal race or a Grand Prix. Is that the only two options, 5 or 20? That's quite the jump, but that must have been what was in the original. You can choose your car colour in a Grand Prix, though, which is something I don't remember ever doing. And you can choose your difficulty. There are changes that require a game reset. Okay, so yeah, if you change any of these settings, you have to reset the game, your controls, and audio. All fairly straightforward. Gonna have a quick look at the medium track, see how we do there. I'll probably not do the expert track today, just because I don't want to drag this out too long. You can do that if you want to buy this game. Is there much else to show you? That is their question. Oh, look at the pigeons go, or whatever polygonal bird that was. You can control your camera. There's quite a lot of camera options, so you can have it back here, or you can have it so you're basically playing Micro Machines, but there is a disadvantage to that, as you will see straight a fucking way. You can't always see through the terrain, and you do go through bridges, and it really highlights how bad the background looks like. Look at the state of that ocean. And it makes you feel like you're driving around a diorama more than an actual track. Leave me alone! Then you have the right up in your grill. Yep, this is really hard to use, though, because the tracks are so flat and you are so low that you can't really see what's coming up. You have to try and... I was going to say look at the mini-map a lot, the track map, but it kind of just off doing its own thing on the right there. It's pivoting around me, like my car, I guess, is the central point, but it turns when I turn, and it goes behind the wheel. Look at it. What the actual fuck? Who thought that was a good idea? I never noticed that before. I wonder if that was in the original, or whether that's new for this version. That was probably in the original, I just never realised, because I never used this view mode before. That is fucking ridiculous. Okay, yeah, in the normal view it makes a little more sense, it's a little bit better. I obviously never expected anyone to use that viewpoint, not properly anyway. I suppose in the same way I never expected anyone to use that one, because bridges are a thing. Yep, there we go again. I think this distance is just about fine. Like, you're far enough away that your camera never disappears into a building or whatever, and you're close enough that you can... still see what's going on right in front of you. Okay, my tactic of never use the brake isn't working quite so well this time, but that's mostly due to lack of track knowledge. Get out of my way, I saw that. He tried to take me out. We didn't do quite so well that time, but in all fairness, we weren't really trying to. We spent most of the time dicking around with a minimap, and that's that. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the game. There is one more track, and then it's just do that over and over again and get good. Or is it? Because they have added some new shizazzle for this version of the game. So now, not only do we have the original arcade mode, but we have an online mode. Ooh, crowd noises that I'm not very good at doing. I played that when it first came out, and it was broken as fuck. Like, it just didn't work. Hopefully that's been fixed now. That's if anyone's still playing at all. We'll have a look in a bit. Hopefully at least one person will still be playing. Offline mode is probably the most extensively overhauled and interesting part of this whole reimagining, is that you can have up to 8 people local co-op. 8 players local co-op. I don't know who has 8 people that can sit around a TV. That is an excessive amount of people to be sat in your living room playing this game, but you can do that if that's a thing you want to do, which is nice, isn't it? It's nice they put that in. Ranking mode, which it still doesn't seem to be working. Don't know when that's going to get fixed, if ever. Replay mode, in case you wanted that. I don't know anyone that would, but it's there. Apparently, have I saved a replay? Play this replay data. Yeah, alright. So you can flip between my view at the time and a cinematic camera and just watch yourself doing cool shit, a bit like what the arcade used to just play on a demo in the background when nobody was playing on it. Again, that's nice. Why I recorded myself doing that, I've got no idea. I'm guessing I pressed the button by accident. So yes, replays and a manual, and that'll just be mostly what I've just been talking you through. It's all in the game, you don't really need to look at an actual, but take survey. Oh, shall we take the survey? Let's just make this confusing as fuck. So I bought this on the 1st of the 1st in the year 3000. Not much has changed, but we live underwater. I am, prefer not to disclose, how old am I? I am a 14-year-old retired in Mexico, and I only speak Arabic and Korean. Yep, those are 2 plausible languages to speak in Mexico. Next. What console do you own and actively use? I only use a PSP. I plan to purchase a Google Stadia, said nobody ever. What are your preferred gaming genres? Board and card games. They have no place in virtual reality. How many games do you purchase in a year's time? All of them. 15 or more. Lots of games. No, one or fewer. I bought this one. This is the only game I own. Next. Oh, fuck, I think I've upset it. How did you first learn about this game? Japanese news and in-store employee recommendation. Because who goes to a game store anymore? What was the most important deciding factor? I watched a stream or a video about it. Well, obviously that one, because that is the most important deciding factor, as you all well know, who are going to go out and buy this game immediately because of this very video. How long did you play the game before taking the survey? I'm torn between I beat the game already, because I did, you saw, and I haven't played it yet, actually. An in-depth survey on a game that I've not yet played. So the feedback on this is just going to be confusing. Localization quality. Satisfied. Presentation. Dissatisfied. We're just going to zigzag this. Satisfied. Dissatisfied. Satisfied. Dissatisfied, because I couldn't open it. Please rate this game from 1 to 10 out of 10. Perfect game. Which Sega system do you own? Well, I own all of them. What's the most obscure one? Probably the Sega CD. Yes, I only own a Sega CD, which makes no sense if I don't own the Sega Genesis. Yeah, it just sort of sits there. Doesn't do much. Oh, fuck, there's more up here. I didn't see any of this. Right, backing up. How interested are you in purchasing other Sega Ages titles? Yep, very interested. Give them to me now. Which Sega hardware games would you like to feature Sega Ages in the future? 32X. Yep, everyone remembers 32X games. We all owned one of those, right? We all owned a 32X back in the day. I mean, it was pretty much a classic. Here's where you can leave us a note. Tell us whatever you want. Best gamer. Just so they know. Just so they know that, like, it's the best gamers taking the survey. So they know, you know, to take it seriously. Because they're going to have to. You have to make decisions based upon this survey specifically. Thank you for taking the time to fill out our survey. Blah, blah, blah. I agree. I could take my firstborn. I don't know. I never read those things. Just hit submit and you're done. We really appreciate it. No, you won't. Your time and support here at Sega. Have fun. I did have fun, though, so mission accomplished. What next? Online mode. That's what I was going to have a look at online mode before I got massively distracted. Yeah, let's see if we can find anyone to race against so we can show that off a little. I'm sure we'll find someone fairly quickly, you know. There's got to be a lot of people playing this. I mean, this game is a classic.
A few minutes later.
Yep. Soon. Online. Racing.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, I give up. I thought I'd be able to find an online match, but you know, I was younger back then, so naive, so full of hope. Beyond that, there's not much else to show you, so I'm going to quickly, might as well just jump into the last map. We might as well do the last track even, just because I want to do something else with this game before I finish this video, and I can't get the online to work. I know I edited that out, so that looked like I didn't try for very long, but trust me, I was trying for a long time. Like, I cut that down to a massive degree. I actually left for a little while and came back, and it was still like, yeah, nothing. We're doing it, we're going for expert, because I am an expert. I mean, you all saw me get first on Big Forest, right? You all saw. So, oh, hello. Cheeky little kiss there. I mean, I didn't consent to that. Just put the camera back in the correct position, and we're off. Oh, fuck me. Okay, this is way more wiggly than the other tracks. Still, though, I'm still going for the don't use brake, just take thumb off accelerate, which has carried me thus far. Oh, shit, I need to brake, broke slightly. I broke a little bit. This is looking like I might need to brake. Yep, this is definite brake. It's always better to fucking bollocks. Get out of my... Don't touch me. Don't you touch me. Oh. That's not going bad. We didn't have any real spin outs. We had one, fucked up and touched the grass, but apart from that, that was a successful first lap. How many laps have we got? Too many. 5, isn't it? Yeah, 5. Fuck, imagine having to do 20 of this. No, pick a lane, bitch! Yes, I need not your brakes. Oh, look at that. There's damage. I've just realised there's damage. I've actually slightly fucked up my brake. Come on, that corner hates me. Mind yourself, dude. Jesus. Yeah, I've just noticed the actual damage. Like, I've kind of fucked up my wingy bits. I don't know technical terms because sports. But yeah, I mean, it's not affecting the handling though, so it is just visual. But I've never noticed that before, so that's something else that's in here that I don't know if that was in the Mega Drive version. Right, we're gonna get round this hairpin. This hairpin is my... Fuck! Okay, I reckon we're going to get one more shot of that hairpin before the time runs out completely, so let's just focus. Focus. Now look at the boats. Focus! Oh shit, footballs. Right, we're good. Ah! Okay, that wasn't the end of the world. I didn't hit the wall. I just slowed down a little. But I'm going to have to slow down a lot anyway, because we're going to make it round this corner. Are we all believing? Say it with me now. I believe you, cockwomble, how? So, that's been Virtua Racer for the Switch. I've enjoyed it. I've got my money's worth out of it. I think it was, I forgot how much it cost now. It's just over £5 I paid for it. And but bear in mind, I am wearing my nostalgia goggles on. You know, I like this game back in the day, and there's enough here. It'd be better if the ranking mode was working properly. I get more mileage out of it that way, and especially if the online mode was working, but it's not at the minute. So for your average Joe, yeah, for that price, you probably still get enough. If you've got friends you can get round and play it on the sofa, you know, up to 8 of them, for some reason, then yeah, this is a fun game. It handles well. There are better games now than this, Racers, obviously, but, you know, in terms of just aesthetic and music and gameplay, and it still holds up pretty well. I'm actually enjoying it now more than I did back in the day. I don't know why. Maybe that's just because the frame rate holds together so much better now than it ever did, and you don't have that horrendous pop-in that you used to get. So there's that. It's a shame it's not the Saturn version, but, you know, we could all dream. I'd have paid a lot more for that version, to be fair, if they ever do decide to release that. Just saying, Nintendo, Sega, if that ever is a thing, I will throw money at you. I will throw money at you. So what are your thoughts? Let me know. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.